Chowder. The name alone evokes warmth and comfort. A hearty soup, chowder is a staple of American cuisine. Its creamy broth, brimming with chunks of seafood or vegetables, is perfect for chilly evenings or a satisfying lunch. This simple dish has a rich history, its origins reaching back to the coastal towns of North America. For generations, chowder has been a beloved dish. Its popularity stems from its versatility and delicious flavor. Whether enjoyed in a seaside shack or a bustling city restaurant, chowder offers a taste of tradition. From its humble beginnings, chowder has evolved. Countless variations exist, each reflecting regional tastes and ingredients. Yet the heart of chowder remains the same, a comforting, flavorful soup that warms the soul. Join us as we delve into the world of chowder, discover its fascinating history, explore regional variations, and learn the secrets to making a perfect pot. The history of chowder is intertwined with the lives of fishermen. In the 18th century, along the rugged coastlines of North America, these hardworking individuals sought a hearty meal. Chowder, a simple soup made with readily available ingredients, provided the perfect solution. Early versions were rustic affairs. Fishermen tossed whatever they caught into a pot. This could include cod, clams, or even fish that didn't meet market standards. Vegetables were added for sustenance and flavor. Potatoes, onions, and whatever else was on hand found their way into the pot. Thickened with ship's biscuits, this early chowder was a far cry from the creamy concoctions we enjoy today. But the basic premise remained the same, a one-pot meal that was both filling and flavorful. As chowder made its way inland, its ingredients adapted to local tastes and availability. Different regions developed their own signature styles, each telling a unique culinary story. As coastal communities grew, so too did the popularity of chowder. What was once a humble fisherman's meal began appearing in taverns and homes along the eastern seaboard. The 19th century saw chowder gain a foothold in American culinary culture. Cookbooks featured recipes for this hearty soup. Each family developed their own version, passed down through generations. The simplicity of chowder contributed to its widespread appeal. In an era before refrigeration, chowder offered a way to use fresh, seasonal ingredients. Summer's bounty of corn and clams found their way into the pot. During the colder months, hearty root vegetables like potatoes and turnips provided sustenance. Chowder became more than just a meal, it was a reflection of the seasons and the availability of local ingredients. As its popularity grew, so too did the variations on the basic recipe. Clam chowder, with its delicate flavor, became a favorite in New England. While early chowders relied on ship's biscuits for thickening, the 19th century brought about a significant change, the introduction of milk or cream. This innovation transformed the texture and flavor of chowder, giving it a richness and creaminess that became synonymous with the dish. The addition of milk or cream marked a turning point in chowder's evolution. No longer just a rustic fisherman's stew, it became a more refined and elegant soup, suitable for both casual and formal occasions. This evolution in flavor coincided with the rise of American culinary ingenuity. Chefs and home cooks alike began experimenting with different ingredients and seasonings. Spices like black pepper, thyme, and bay leaf added depth and complexity to the chowder's flavor profile. The use of salt pork or bacon for rendering fat became increasingly common, imparting a savory richness to the broth. These culinary refinements solidified chowder's place as a beloved American classic. As chowder spread throughout North America, distinct regional variations emerged, each reflecting the culinary traditions and available ingredients of its locale. New England clam chowder, with its creamy base, tender potatoes and sweet clams, became an iconic representation of the region's coastal cuisine. Manhattan clam chowder, on the other hand, took a decidedly different approach, incorporating tomatoes for a tangy, tomato-based broth. Beyond clam chowder, other regional variations flourished. Rhode Island clam chowder, made with clear broth, highlighted the pure flavor of the clams. Fish chowders, utilizing a variety of fresh catches, gained popularity along the Pacific coast. Corn chowder, with its sweetness and heartiness, became a staple in the Midwest. These regional variations showcase the adaptability of chowder, its ability to incorporate local flavors and ingredients, while still retaining its essential identity as a comforting and satisfying soup. From its humble beginnings as a fisherman's staple to its status as a beloved American classic, Chowder's journey reflects the evolution of American cuisine itself. Its history is intertwined with the stories of coastal communities, culinary innovation, and the enduring appeal of simple, flavorful food. Today, chowder continues to be enjoyed across the United States and beyond. Whether it's a traditional New England clam chowder enjoyed in a seaside shack or a modern innovative twist on the classic recipe, chowder continues to evoke feelings of warmth, comfort, and satisfaction. Its enduring popularity is a testament to its versatility, its ability to adapt to changing tastes while staying true to its roots. Chowder is more than just a soup, it's a culinary legacy, passed down through generations and enjoyed by people from all walks of life. As we delve further into the world of chowder, we'll explore the key ingredients, regional variations, and cooking techniques that make this dish so special. No exploration of chowder would be complete without paying homage to New England clam chowder. This iconic soup, often simply referred to as clam chowder in its namesake region, is a testament to the simplicity and elegance of fresh, high-quality ingredients. Its creamy base, often a combination of milk and cream, provides a velvety canvas for the delicate flavor of the clams to shine through. Potatoes, diced and simmered until tender, offer a hearty texture and subtle sweetness. The key to an exceptional New England clam chowder lies in the balance of flavors. The clams, often fresh caught and steamed in their own juices, should be the star of the show. Their briny sweetness should permeate the broth, while the potatoes and cream provide a harmonious backdrop. Some recipes call for a touch of salt pork or bacon, rendered until crisp, to add a subtle smokiness and depth of flavor. However, purists argue that the purity of the clam flavor should reign supreme, with minimal additions to overshadow its delicate essence. Section 2. Manhattan Clam Chowder, a tomatoey twist. Manhattan clam chowder embraces a tomato-based broth for a tangy flavor, contrasting its creamy New England counterpart. This variation reflects New York City's diverse culinary influences, opting for a lighter, brighter flavor. Tomatoes form the broth's foundation, their acidity balancing the clams and vegetables. Onions, celery, and carrots add depth and sweetness to the broth. Clams complement the tangy tomatoes and aromatic vegetables. A touch of red pepper flakes adds a subtle kick. Manhattan clam chowder offers a refreshing alternative, showcasing the versatility of this classic soup. Section 3. Beyond the clam, exploring other chowder varieties. Beyond clam chowder, other varieties like fish and corn chowder highlight regional ingredients and traditions. Fish chowder, a Pacific Coast staple, uses fresh-caught fish. Salmon, cod, halibut, shrimp, and mussels create oceanic flavors. Fish stock or cream broth with vegetables adds depth. Corn chowder celebrates the sweetness of fresh corn. Corn kernels, potatoes, and cream create a rich base. Bacon or ham adds a smoky, savory touch. Corn chowder is a summer favorite with vibrant flavor. Section 4. Regional influences and modern adaptations. The beauty of chowder lies in its adaptability, incorporating regional ingredients while staying true to its essence. From New England to the Pacific Northwest, chowder reflects each region's culinary landscape. In the South, spicy andouille sausage or smoky ham hocks add a distinctive flair. In the Southwest, green or red chilies and cumin infuse chowder with heat and spice. Modern adaptations have expanded chowder's horizons. Vegetarian and vegan versions offer delicious options with plant-based ingredients. Chefs and home cooks experiment with global ingredients, creating innovative variations. Whether traditional or globally inspired, chowder captures the hearts of food lovers. Before embarking on your chowder-making adventure, it's essential to gather all the necessary ingredients. This ensures a smooth and enjoyable cooking process, allowing you to focus on the art of creating a flavorful and satisfying soup. For a classic chowder, you'll need a few key components: fresh clams, potatoes, onions, bacon, clam juice, milk or cream, and seasonings. The quality of your ingredients will directly impact the final flavor of your chowder, so it's worth seeking out the freshest produce and seafood available. Start with the star of the show, the clams. Freshly harvested clams still in their shells are ideal, as they impart the purest clam flavor to the broth. If fresh clams are unavailable, canned or frozen clams can be used, but be sure to choose high-quality options packed in their own juices. Next, select potatoes that will hold their shape during cooking, such as Yukon Gold or red potatoes. Onions, preferably yellow or white, add a savory depth to the chowder, while thick-cut bacon, diced or chopped, provides a smoky richness. The foundation of a flavorful chowder lies in building a rich and aromatic base. This involves sautéing the onions and bacon, rendering their fat and infusing the pot with savory notes. Begin by heating a large pot or Dutch oven over medium heat. Add the diced bacon and cook, stirring occasionally until crisp and golden brown. The rendered bacon fat will coat the bottom of the pot, adding a layer of flavor to the chowder. Once the bacon is crisp, remove it from the pot with a slotted spoon, setting it aside to drain on a paper towel-lined plate. Leave the rendered bacon fat in the pot and add the diced onions. Sauté the onions over medium heat, stirring occasionally until softened and translucent, about 5 to 7 minutes. The onions will release their sweetness as they cook, adding another layer of complexity to the chowder's flavor profile. With the base established, it's time to introduce the remaining ingredients and allow the chowder to simmer to perfection. Add the diced potatoes to the pot with the sautéed onions, and stir to combine. Pour in the clam juice, ensuring the potatoes are covered by at least an inch of liquid. Bring the mixture to a simmer over medium heat. Then reduce the heat to low, cover, and cook until the potatoes are tender, about 15 to 20 minutes. While the potatoes simmer, prepare the clams. If using fresh clams, scrub them thoroughly under cold water to remove any sand or debris. Discard any clams that are open or cracked. Once the potatoes are tender, add the clams to the pot. If using fresh clams, cover the pot and cook until the clams open, about 5 to 10 minutes. Discard any clams that do not open. If using canned or frozen clams, add them to the pot along with their juices and heat through. The final step in crafting a delicious chowder is seasoning it to perfection. Serve it with your favorite accompaniments. Stir in milk or cream to your desired consistency. Heat through without boiling. Taste and season with salt and pepper. Ladle into bowls and serve hot. Garnish with parsley, butter, or olive oil. Enjoy with oyster crackers, bread, or cornbread. Before we even think about turning on the stove, we need to prepare our ingredients. This is crucial for ensuring everything cooks evenly and the flavors meld beautifully. First, take your clams and give them a good rinse under cold water. We want to get rid of any sand or grit clinging to their shells. If you're using fresh clams, tap them lightly on the counter. If they close up tight, they're good to go. Discard any that stay open. Next, let's prep the vegetables. Dice your potatoes into bite-sized pieces about ½ an inch thick. There's no need to peel them. The skin adds a nice rustic texture to the chowder. Then, finely chop your onions. We want them to practically melt into the broth, adding a subtle sweetness. Finally, dice your bacon into small pieces. This will help it render its fat evenly and crisp up nicely. Now let's get cooking. Place your Dutch oven or a heavy-bottom pot over medium heat. Add the diced bacon and let it sizzle away, stirring occasionally. As the bacon cooks, it will render its fat, creating a flavorful base for our chowder. Cook the bacon until it's crisp and golden brown, about 5 to 7 minutes. Once it's reached that perfect crispiness, use a slotted spoon to remove the bacon from the pot, setting it aside on a plate lined with paper towels. We'll add it back in later for a final burst of flavor and texture. Leave that beautiful bacon fat in the pot. That's liquid gold for our chowder. Toss in the chopped onions and cook them over medium heat, stirring occasionally until they soften and turn translucent. This should take about 5 to 7 minutes. The onions will release their natural sweetness, adding another layer of complexity to the chowder's flavor profile. With our base prepped, let's add the rest. Add the diced potatoes and stir, pour in the clam juice. Bring to a gentle simmer. Cover and simmer on low for 15-20 minutes. Potatoes should be fork tender. Now the clams. Add fresh clams once potatoes are tender. Steam until shells open. Discard unopened clams. For canned or frozen clams, add them during the last few minutes. Chowder, in all its variations, embodies the essence of American comfort food. From its humble beginnings as a fisherman's staple, to its celebrated place on restaurant menus and family tables, It's a dish that speaks to our culinary heritage and our love for hearty, flavorful meals. The beauty of chowder lies not only in its taste, but also in its versatility. Whether you prefer the creamy embrace of a New England clam chowder, or the bright tomatoey tang of a Manhattan-style broth, there's a chowder out there to satisfy every palate. The next time you find yourself craving a warm, comforting meal, consider whipping up a pot of chowder. The process is surprisingly simple, and the end result is a symphony of flavors and textures that will transport you to the cozy kitchens of coastal towns and family gatherings. So gather your ingredients, embrace the art of simmering, and savor the timeless delight of a classic American chowder.